Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Welcome to the live lesson. It's called Restructure, Reset, and Reordering. And pretty much this is to do with the economy. Ran into this article. There was a particular phrase on the article, and I kind of started doing a little research on it. And pretty much everything is moving in the direction of resetting everything, reordering everything, restructuring everything, and pretty much all centered around the economy. And it's the economy is very important to this new world order, which is pretty much predicated upon the MOTB, which is the micro CHIP, and this whole digital system you see going online right now. So I'm just going to read just a little bit of this. I'm not going to read too much because this is from Zero Hedge. It says, is the U.S. considering a gold-backed treasury instrument? It's posed as a question, but this is the carrot that they're dangling, gold-backed treasury instrument, because they know that people are starting to get hip to how the economy works because of all these economic pundits and different individuals out there explaining how the economy works and how currency works, money works, so on and so forth. But this is what caught my attention right here. It says some interesting coincidences. We are going to have some kind of a grand global economic reordering, because you have to remember that this MOTB system that's pretty much already out there is going to be a global thing. And that's why Yahushua said, because you have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. And pretty much this system, which is a financial system, which is pretty much controlling people through money, but really also mainly through food, because people could go go without a lot of things, but one thing they can't go for a long period of time is food and water. All right. And that's why they're going to back people into a corner to accept this digital system, which the monetary unit that's going to be used is going to be the micro CHIP, which is the MOTB. Now, I'm not going to read too much of this because it just goes into the, government bonds and how Japan is dumping and China is dumping, because they're spending a lot of money trying to keep their economy afloat because of these pretty much worthless, US dollars. All right. But what I will go into is this article, and I linked these in the description boxes. IMPRS, Global Multiplicity, a Social Anthropology for the Now. So pretty much this is a website that explains the economic reordering. So it says in the 1990s, global capitalism, which is what's governing. And what is capitalism? Capitalism pretty much are these international banking families that are controlling everything by capital, because capital is used to invest into businesses to make money. In order to make money, you have to invest capital. And that's really what can be taxed, according to, the definitions for the word wage and for the word income. Income or wages are not income. Income is money gained from capital invested. Wages are money money given for your services. And there was a court case years ago, I don't really remember the site, where it distinguished the difference between wages and income. And wages are not taxable. Okay? It says in the 1990s, global capitalism became the dominant paradigm around the world. See? And everything is predicated for what? A world government, world economy, so on and so forth. With the market and extra activists and managerial logic serving as the unquestioned template for organizing all aspects of life. And that's what it is. It's a template for the organizing of all aspects of life. That's why in Revelation 13 it says, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MOTB, the mark, the MARK, and that's how you're going to be able to maneuver in this future new system, is through the currency that's going to be put out there for people to use, which is talking about the micro CHIP. Now, years ago, people used to use a lot of cash. Now, most people, cash, as each year goes by, or each trimester goes by, which is every 3 months, the use of cash is dwindling more and more. Me personally, I use mostly cash. The only time I use, my card is for when I pay bills, and that's about it. But other than that, I always use cash for everything. But the majority of people are just using cards, whether it's their phone, whether it's the credit cards or debit cards that you can tap, so on and so forth, because they're getting people ready for this digital system. Now they're saying that at a particular point they're going to stop printing $100 bills and so on and so forth. The rat race, but it's a template. What is a template? A template pretty much is like a model for something. All right, like if you have like a stencil, you have letters. You have letters, you have numbers, you have punctuation marks, so on and so forth, that you could use to draw out. It's a template so that you don't go off of the mark, so you can have a perfect letter or a perfect, whatever. So that's what it is, a template, right, for organizing all aspects of life. It says, since then, however, repeated financial, political, and epidemiological, that's a hard word to say, crisis, coupled with mounting ecological challenges, have exposed the limitations of this model, meaning the new model that they had from the 90s. So basically what they're saying is that the old model is antiquated, or it's just old. So they have to restructure and reorder a new one. I'm Apostle Rhyme Lab, not Apostle Tar. So it says, so they're saying that the system that's in there, which is an old system, is a limitation of this model. Okay, but the water, that's a what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's a word I can't think of it right now. Salakia. It says, today we are seeing a comprehensive reordering of the economy and many social processes in which it is embedded. Right. So they're going to change the system, which they have been changing, to bring in flattering. The water, brother, the water. That's what I was looking for. Flattering. It is flattering, but I'm not him. It says, today we are seeing a comprehensive reordering of the economy and the many social processes in which it is embedded. So you're seeing a change, of the reordering of the economy. Why? Because they want to bring in this new system into place. And the new system that they're trying to bring in is this digital system, which, people are talking about digital currencies and cryptocurrencies and things of that nature, but eventually it's going to all go back to the MOTB. And once they get the system online, where the only way you can operate in it is by using that device, then you will be able, if you're not down with the system, you'll be pushed to the side. If you're down with the system, you have to take the MOTB, which is the micro CHIP, and you will be destroyed. Yeah, you'll be able to survive for a little longer, be able to eat and all that, but eventually it's going to destroy you. So it says, today we are seeing a comprehensive reordering of the economy and the many social processes in which it is embedded. Social ties are becoming the primary source of value and an organizational paradigm for new markets. What are these new markets? Everything being digital. Listen up. Driven by factors such as the energy transition, the pursuit of sustainable resources, resource consumption, digitalization, financialization, and global commodity chains. See? So everything is going to be digital. As a result, the anthropological perspective on the embeddedness of the economy has gained renewed importance. We aim to explore the deep integration of the economy with seemingly non economic realm such as governance, religion, health, leisure, education, because everything is going to be tied in to this system because they want to bring in a one world government, one world system, one world religion, one world currency. Everything turned into one. That's why when you go before we read on, oh, matter of fact, I'm going to get the definition for that. But before we read on, let's go to Revelation 17 and 12. It says, "In the 10 horns, which is the EU, which thou sawest are 10 kings," because when you go back to the origins, you had 6 nations that created the EEC, the European Economic Community, which later was renamed the European Union. And pretty much from that, it grew to 12. But really, when you examine the 12, it's really 10. All right. It says, "Which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast." And who is the beast? It's NATO, and pretty much America is a part of that. Because America is a part of NATO. So the EU and NATO are the beast, which America is a part of NATO. So it says that these 10 horns, or the EU, and the beast, which is NATO, they're going to come together in a union, and they're pretty much going to cut out America. All right. It says, "These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." So one mind is what? This one world order. One mind, the word there is heis, one, just pretty much one. And mind, look up the word mind, and the word there is nome. All right. When you get the word Gnostic, Gnostic is to know, nome, the faculty of knowledge, mind, reason, that which is thought or known, one's mind, view, judgment, opinion. So it's going to be one view, one judgment, one opinion. All right. And eventually it's going to cause the allies of America to destroy America because, they're getting the short end of the stick that America's out there doing all type of shit, but it's not affecting America as it's directly affecting these so-called European nations. All right. So before we go to the next precept, the word reorder, I want to go to the second definition: arrange something again. See, so it's an arranging of something again. So the system that's in place now is old, so they have to revamp it and bring in the new system, which is a digitalized system. And you read through some of this article here. When we read it, it spoke about the social ties. It spoke about new markets. It spoke about sustainable resource consumption. It spoke about digitalization, financialization, and global commodity chains. So it says, "We aim to explore the deep integration of the economy with seemingly non-economic realms such as governance, religion, health, leisure, education," because it's a one-party system, or should I say a one-world order, "and private life in today's world." See, so everything integrated, pretty much integrated, because the word integration means to be brought into one, to join, right? Let's definition. Integration, the action of I hate when they do that. Integrate. I hate when you define a word with a word. What sense does that make? It says combine one thing with another, see? So that they become a whole, or that they become what? One. Okay? So this integration of the economy with non-economic realms such as the government, the religion, health, leisure, education, and private life in today's world. Why? Because they have the no man might buy or sell save he that had the MOTB. All right. On the basis of detailed case studies, we can start to unravel these connections, predict their future trajectories, and rethink foundational concepts. Our investigation uses an anthropological lens to understand recent global and colonial history, emphasizing economic factors and materiality rather than assuming the primacy of dominant master concepts. We will address contemporary phenomena, focusing on material and digital infrastructure. Why are they so concerned about digital infrastructure? Because that is the wave of the future. And the impact on social life, especially in new IT based and supposedly fossil free industries, platform businesses, crowdfunding, and experimental formats. We will analyze the implications of these innovations on logistics and how they shape the experiences of consumers and producers. See, no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MOTB. Consumers are buyers, and producers are those that produce the material or the things that people want, which are the commodities. Yep, e pluribus unum, which is Latin for out of many one. In their physical and non virtual environments, key aspects include the mobility of people and goods. That's why you got, they want to bring in these 15-minute cities so that you could only go but so far. All right. The organization of this mobility through brokers and agencies and urban planning and development as vital sites of value creation. See, well, what's going to make the most value, what's going to make the most sense, is, these 15-minute cities or however they structure, whatever they're going to structure, and that's how they got everything set up. They got models for all of this. Moreover, we will explore how these dynamics influence the allocation of costs and benefits to private and public actors at both local and global scales, because it's a global system, often by appropriating formerly shared resources. All right, so the other precept that I have for you is in the book of Habakkuk 2 and 5, which is also a one world government, pretty much one world government, one world economy system. Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. What is his wine? His philosophies. He is a proud man, and that's Esau. That's why it says his heart, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Neither keepeth at home, because they're all over the planet pushing this agenda. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, because they grab everything from everyone. And whenever they find out that there's a certain resource in a particular land or area, they want to buy that land so that they can own the resources on it. Whether they buy it straight out, whether they bid for it, whether they lend money to someone to put them into debt to eventually take their land from them, or however they do it. But gathereth unto him what all nations. Here goes your New World Order, the New World Order is nothing new. It goes all the way back in time. The first New World Order was in the book of Genesis 11 during the Tower of Babel. And you had every nation that has ever been in power has always tried to bring the whole realm of the world under their thumb, under their rule, one world, and you also had it among the Greeks, so on and so forth. And heapeth unto him all people, which is what? This is that one world government. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? Right. So pretty much nations are getting tired of this devil because they're seeing the same story playing out over and over again. Same methods that they use, playing out over and over and over and over and over again. That's why in the article, right, you had China and Japan both sold record number of U.S. securities, 61.9 billion for Japan and 51.3 billion for China. All right. So it says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. The word thick clay here is the Hebrew word ibatyat, which means, heavy debt, pledges. What is a pledge? A pledge is pretty much like a vow that you make, and you say, okay, I promise to pay so and so and such and such. All right. It's pretty much collateral. All right. And this debt is imposed upon the world because the world after 1944 was forced into the US dollar as being the world reserve currency. So now they all have to trade and do business using the dollar. So now that the dollar has done its job, now they're ready to move on to the digital currency, which is the MOTB, which is the micro CHIP. And everything is leaning in that direction. So I just wanted to do a lesson on it real quick. Like I said, I put these two articles in the description box. Right here. This is a very short one. There's all kind of stuff on it. I didn't explore. I just seen this and decided to do a lesson on it in the spirit. So with that, I pray that your brothers and your sisters have been edified. Your few sisters, keep your eyes open. And just keep watching. Shalom.